Hello, church. It's Pastor Jeremy coming to you from the parsonage with another daily devotion. Today, Susan Sharai is going to share with us about a spiritual struggle that she's been going through lately that I think many of us will probably be able to relate to.
Good morning, Court Street. My name is Susan Sharai, and I'm a member of Street United Methodist Church. A few weeks ago, I made a video offering for Court Street's daily devotionals, and I mentioned that one of my guiding Bible verses is Psalms 46:10, "Be still and know that I am God." I'm still working on that. Not the know that I am God part, but the be still part. The events of this week have made that progress even harder than before. The news is full of the increasing numbers of coronavirus victims and all of the incredible lives that have been lost or changed forever. The unwillingness of healthy, entitled people to give up one or two conveniences for the good of the greater community. The rise in numbers of domestic violence as more families are forced into stressful conditions and unbridled anger explode. And of course, the added presence of huge numbers of guns in the hands of angry, unstable people. The lack of interest and sense of priority on the part of our legislators and national leaders to deal with, in a timely manner, the growing desperation of so many unemployed and struggling individuals and families. And then the horrifying video and reports of the behavior of 4 Minneapolis police officers that resulted in the untimely death of yet another unarmed Black man. It is hard to be still. I have written letters to leaders. I have donated to social justice causes. I have posted replies and statements on social media. I've tried to live a life of faith and justice. But on more and more days, it is hard to see any progress. And so I'm trying harder to be still. And what I have concluded is that I need to lower my expectations. Instead of working for and being daily frustrated by the lack of progress on a grand scale, I need to focus on a smaller scale and hope for more success in my own little world. I've decided to improve my outlook by being very intentional about noticing all of the good things around me. I'm a fairly positive and grateful person by nature, but I'm trying to be even more intentional about it. Many years ago, I was a chaperone on a youth group trip to the Barrier Islands of South Carolina, home to descendants of the escaped slaves from Charleston. As we worked and worshiped with these people, one of the recurring statements was, "I always thank God for letting me awake this morning, still alive and on this earth." That is basic gratefulness. I'm paying attention to the beauty all around me. Last week, my husband and I spread a dump truck worth of mulch around our yard. That gave me time to notice all of the beauty in nature and to think about what I might plant to extend it even more. Today's rain is a blessing on all of the growing plants in our area and a welcome respite from the recent heat wave. I'm being intentionally thankful for my family. As I record this, my husband is baking bread in the kitchen, and he will be sharing part of his bounty with friends and neighbors, although that will have to be done more carefully now. I'm trying to keep my little piece of the world a good and safe place. I've made face masks and shared them with my family and my neighbors. I've looked for chances to start and extend driveway conversations with my neighbors. Friendly waves have been replaced by shouted conversations from a safe distance, inquiring about their health and activities. I've looked for opportunities to provide some respite for parents in our family who are dealing with working from home and homeschooling their own children at the same time. Very extended FaceTime chats have replaced most of the in-person visits. They're a very poor substitute for sitting close to grandkids and listening to their stories and recounts of their daily lives, but still, it is good. And here's a tip. If you've never spent almost an hour listening to an 8-year-old explain by why one basketball card is so much better than these 6 others, you are missing out. I'm limiting the amount of time I spend with social media, and I'm trying hard to focus only on the posts and comments of people that I really know and respect. I don't want to give any fuel to so much of the anger on this online currently. And one of the highlights of this time of quarantine has been the opportunity to talk with a few friends and members of Court Street who are living alone and feeling a little isolated right now. These are incredible people whom I would have never had extended conversations with if not for this pandemic. Now we've become friends and shared life stories with each other. If you have any extra time, I would really encourage you to give Pastor Jeremy or Melissa a call to see if they have any other people who might like a call. Every one of these calls has enriched my life. Be still and know that I am God. I know that I am not in charge of the world, but maybe I can shake one little corner of it and move it into a better place. So instead of thinking about and reacting to all the folks that I see or hear who are not adding peace, love, and care into the world, I'm trying to choose to focus on what small local actions I can take to light one or maybe 2 small candles in my little corner to fight the darkness. This will all be a memory one day. Stories will be told about how we were required to make huge changes in our lives in order to keep ourselves and our fellow humans safe from this new and powerful danger. And once again, the words and advice from the Bible are useful for us. Love God with all your heart, mind, soul, body, and spirit, and love your neighbor as yourself. God is with us. Those words are powerful and can change our whole perspective. God will lead us through this. And so I am attempting to be still, recharge, and wait for directions.
Thank you, Susan, for your continued ministry, and thank you for sharing your wisdom with us today. If Susan said something that comforted or encouraged you, please let her know in the comments. You can find a new devotion here each day at noon. Until we meet again, keep washing your hands, stay at home, and do not be afraid.